In this video, I will demonstrate the 3 different ways that I know of to alter my resonance. So in general, this is a brighter resonance, this sound quality that I'm speaking with, whereas this is a darker resonance. So, and when you speak in a lower pitched voice, resonance tends to darken if you're not actively trying to control it. Whereas when you speak in a higher pitched voice, resonance tends to brighten. So it'll sound more, unusual. It sounds more unusual to me if I hear like a higher pitch but darker resonance voice, or a lower pitch but brighter resonance voice. The way that resonance physically works is that brighter means the size of the vocal tract is smaller. Some people online refer to this as a smaller vocal size, and that's just the total volume of the space between your vocal folds where the vibration is occurring and the ends of your lips and nostrils where the air is leaving your body. So depending on the volume of that space, if it's a smaller volume, you'll end up with a brighter resonance. If it's a larger volume, you'll end up with a darker resonance. So that's why, like, if you lower your larynx, then you get more volume this way. If you push your lips out, you get more volume that way. And then if you expand the size of your mouth, then you get more volume in there. The one first and main way that I do it is, so my larynx is up here right now. If I move my larynx down here, then my resonance gets darker, and then it can get a bit brighter, bit brighter. Yep. So lower larynx, darker resonance. Lower larynx, darker resonance. Higher larynx, brighter resonance. That's the biggest way to make the biggest change for me in my resonance. Another thing I can do is try to make my oral cavity smaller, so my mouth, by pushing my tongue forward and up. So right now, I'm trying to put my tongue towards the top of my mouth and front of my mouth. And then, just accidentally lowered my larynx. If I try to keep my mouth a little more open, I'm just trying, imagining there's a golf ball in my mouth or something, then I also end up with that darker resonance sound. So that ends up being pulling my tongue down and back and kind of having my jaw more open more of the time. Okay, so back to brighter resonance. And then the third way is with the position of my lips. So if I pull my lips back here or all the way over here, then I end up with a brighter resonance. And then if I put them here, more forward, then I end up with a darker resonance. So darker, brighter, darker, brighter. And yeah, so personally, I try to have a brighter resonance in my voice. So I'm usually trying to keep my larynx up, my mouth, my oral cavity smaller by putting my tongue forward and up, and my lips. I don't always talk like this because it sounds, it looks different. I don't generally want to look like I'm smiling all the time. And also I just don't want to smile all the time. So I don't always use that one, but sometimes I do. Or sometimes I use just kind of a partial, small smile, to brighten up my resonance a little bit. And then if you wanted to darken or just do, speak with a darker resonance, just to compare and get a feel for the difference in sound. Personally, I can hear the difference in sound and be aware of the positions of the different parts of my body, but I don't have as much of a feel for the physical vibrational sensations that are different, that are created differently when you have a darker, brighter resonance. But that's something that some people do have a better sense of. But yeah, if you want to try sometimes like as an exercise, intentionally like going darker, then you can do that, and like see the difference in sound. Yeah, if you do like all three at once, like I just did, then it sounds quite, well, it's quite different from any voice that I typically speak with, or even most voices that I hear in my life. But if you like just change one of them, then it's like a little bit less different. So this is just my larynx, or just my oral cavity, or just my lips. Then it's like just a smaller change in the resonance. And again, those sound more unusual to me, like less similar to voices that I usually hear in my everyday life. When I'm speaking with a higher pitch and smaller, what do you call it? Lower vocal weight. Lower vocal weight / thinner vocal fold depth. Usually don't go together with darker resonance. But if I switch to either like greater vocal weight, which sounds more like this, and then I did this with darker resonance, then that sounds like a little more typical. And then if I went to a lower pitch and darken my resonance, now I still have the light vocal weight. But this is also a sound that you might hear people talking with more commonly. And then if I added both, so now I have both the lower pitch and greater vocal weight / thicker vocal fold depth, then this is very common to have that combined with the darker resonance. So that's when I've got all three: dark resonance, heavy vocal weight, and low pitch. So then from here you could try brightening the resonance to see what it sounds like in combination with this sort of voice. So if I raised my larynx, then I would be, that's kind of tricky for me to do by itself without changing my vocal weight as well. Okay, then I'm speaking more like this. This is a brighter resonance while still having heavy vocal weight and low pitch. And then here's brighter resonance, but still having low pitch, but also lighter vocal weight. And then it's just a matter of increasing the pitch. And here I am back at my regular speaking voice. There you go.